Hey everyone, so I just got out of the hospital. In fact, about a week ago, last week, I was in the hospital. And so during the hospital stay, and you'll hear a little bit more about what happened, but I ended up in the hospital for 9 days. And it was the most painful experience ever, and you'll hear me write about it in the weeks and the months to come. But for today, I noticed there's a lot of atrophy and weight loss and catabolism, meaning breakdown of muscles that happened in my body. So I want to create some strength and stability and flexibility back again. So I thought we would start doing that for my hips, my core, and the whole posture. So follow along. I hope you guys enjoy it, and leave me comments, okay? Come onto your hands and knees. We're going to do cat and camel. Sink your belly, gaze up, and arch your back. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck, and really press firmly through the palms of your hands. Inhale up. And exhale, tuck and scoop and lift. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. From here, I'm going to bring my spine to a neutral position, still remembering to draw the navel to the spine, keeping my core properly engaged. I'm going to straighten the left leg, and everything else being equal, I'm going to start to lift my left toe up. As I do that, you're going to feel the shift in the weight, because now from 4 points of contact to the floor, you're going to 3. So make sure you stabilize everything through your muscles, okay? I'm going to keep my toes down. I'm going to lift my hip. Inhale and exhale. Tiny little pulses. 2, 3, 4. You're pressing firmly through the palms of your hands, keeping your pelvis as square as you can, and feeling the gluteals really work. My my bum got really small. I feel like I don't have much to begin with, but it's atrophied so much so that when I was in the hospital bed, it hurt to lie on my back because there was no flesh there. So I'm working to build my bum back. And one more. And from here, I'm going to bend my knee and then straighten. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. You should be feeling this in your legs, in your core, and in your shoulders if done properly. It should not be a lazy move. It's the full body exercise. So inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. I would do anything to help my muscles feel like it's working, because I'll tell you, being in the hospital bed, not being able to move because you're so weak and sick, it was like the worst feeling in the world. And keeping your knee bent, so the sole of your feet up toward the ceiling, you're going to lift slightly. 1, 2, 3, tiny little pulses. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hold and relax. Whoa, that was a lot for my hips. So right leg goes back. We're going to do the same thing. And again, we went from 4 points of contact to 3 points of contact. Nothing else shifts. So you really have to support your body weight through the palms of your hands and through the knee of the left, and really engage the core to keep the pelvis square. So you're not like dumping your weight to one side, okay? So you're going to lift, toes stay down, tiny little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and hold. And then I'm going to bend and extend. Bend and extend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 2 more. Just keep the count of 12. And 1 more. From here, I'm going to keep my knee bent. I found myself shifting a little bit, so I pulled my core down or my pelvis back down, engaging my core. Tiny little lifts. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And hold and relax. And I'm just going to shift my arms forward so that I can sink my hips back for a nice little stretch. I'm going to go forward and stretch up and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. From here, I'm going to press up, pull my knees up, press back into my down dog, and it feels so good to stretch my back sides. I'm going to alternate bending my knees side to side, firming up my hands, and pressing firmly through the palms of my hands, pushing actively the floor away. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. I'm going to sway my hips to the right, sway it to the left, sway it to the right, and sway it to the left. And breathe. And lower my knees and push back. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I'm going to push back. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to raise my right leg straight up toward the ceiling, bend this knee, and really stretch into the back side of my left leg. And I'm going to push forward, step forward with my right foot, and lower my right knee. Raise my arms up overhead. It feels so good to stretch those muscles that I just worked. And stretch forward, being responsible not to dump your weight forward, but trying to keep this engaged and just feeling a good stretch on the left hip flexors. Go up. And if you do have this available to you, bring your hands at the heart center. And then bring your left elbow on the outside of the right knee and twist to the right. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And gently lower your hands on either side of the right foot. You're going to bring the pinky edge of the right foot between your hands. Press firmly through the palms of your hands. Tuck your left toes down. Lift your hips up, warming up into a pigeon pose. Up, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you can't have this foot so far forward, that's fine. Closer the foot is towards your pelvis, easier it is. So if you've got some tight hips, there's nothing wrong with that. So don't feel like you have to do exactly what I'm showing you here, okay? You'll still get a tremendous amount of benefit. Whatever stretch looks like for you, you should just respect that, okay? Same thing here. The heel of my foot, the closer it is towards my pelvis, easier it's going to be. I'm going to square my pelvis right over this the shin, right shin, and I'm going to ease my hands down, or elbows, come onto my elbows, and ease into this right hip stretch. So it's really the right hip that we're stretching, not really the left. Take a deep breath in and exhale. It really helps to use your breath to really get deeper into the stretch. So during my hospital stay, once I started to feel better, I not only walked the halls a lot to try to avoid losing much more muscle, but I also had my family member bring my yoga mat. And I did a lot of these recovery stretches, which I believe helped me a ton. So nurses were really surprised at the speedy recovery that I had, and the stretches really made my the stay at the hospital a little bit more tolerable. So you can use yoga to really help you to overcome a lot of the physical or health challenges that you might have. It's helped me a ton. So I'm going to go a little bit further and come down and press the forehead down, because I feel like with my breath I'm getting deeper and deeper into this stretch. And yes, it feels a little bit more intense, but it feels so good. Healthy stretch is good. Pain is not good. So please listen to your body. Come back. Place your hands on either side of your foot. We're going to press down. Tuck your left toes down. Press up. Back into down dog. We're just going to shuffle and bend alternating knees side to side. Side to side. Lift your left leg straight up. You don't have to do this part. Bend this knee, and as you do that, you're going to feel an intense stretch on the right hamstrings all the way down to your heels. Love this stretch. I'm going to place my left foot between my hands, drop the top side of my right kneecap down gently, and come up, really activating my core. Raise my arms up overhead, gaze up, stretching responsibly into my right hip. But I'm not dumping my weight, overarching my back, never straining. But I'm really being careful to listen to my body and know where my end limits are. Raise your arms up, just like we did. Bring your hands at heart center. Place your right elbow on the outside of the left knee and twist over. All at the same time, I want you to keep your pelvis centered toward the front. So there's nothing tweaking. The only twist is coming from your thoracic spine. So really squeeze your belly and look back. It feels so good. This really does constrict all your internal organs in such a way to give them a little bit more energy, or chi flow, as we say in Eastern medicine. Hands down. Bring the pinky edge of the left foot between your hands. And again, this foot can be closer to your pelvis, depending on your hip flexibility. Tuck your right toes under. You're going to lift up, and we're going to warm up into a pigeon pose on the left side. Lift up your pelvis, 2, 3, 4. Move slow and listen to your body. And 5. And lower down gently. I'm going to place my right foot more towards the right side and ease down and see where you feel comfortable. Remember what I said. The heel of the foot, the further away from you, further away from pelvis that it is, it's going to be more of an intense stretch on the left side. Closer it is, it's going to ease up on the stretch. You want to be able to breathe without feeling like you're straining your body, right? So taking deep breaths in and out, listen to yourself. I'm going to slowly come forward onto my forearms. Take a deep breath in and exhale, and trying my best to square my hips over my left hip so that I can safely be stretching that hip. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Come stack your hands one on top of the other. Place your forehead down on the stacked hands. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Always being mindful of where your breath is. Making sure you're not straining. Breath can serve as an indicator to what's happening in your body. So if you find yourself holding your breath, release your breath, or pull out of the pose in such a way to be able to enable the breath to flow through your body. Come slowly up. And hands on either side of the left foot. Right toes tucked. Lift my hips up. And I'm going to walk my hands forward between my hands. I'm going to lift my pelvis up and out. Exhale, fold. Want to grab opposite elbow, opposite hand. And if you need to bend your elbows, that's totally fine. I'm just trying to give my spine a little bit of a decompression. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. One more breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I'm going to go ahead and sink my hips all the way down to a seated position. I'm now going to go ahead and face you. Make sure my hair doesn't get into the mic. So bring the soles of your feet together. And let's go ahead and sit nice and tall. As I always tell you, you can lift your pelvis up so that for those of you, if you find yourself hunched over with your knees up high, you might want to sit on a yoga block to place your pelvis higher to allow for relaxation of your low back. Because you want to get the stretch into your hips, and you can't be doing that if you're not positionally in the optimal position. Take a deep breath in and exhale, lead with the chest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Always using your breath to use as a gauge for how far you can go. And come back. Extend the right ankle. Pull the left heel into your crouch. Rotate over to the left side and gently lift your left arm up overhead and reach and stretch into that left torso. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Gazing up and really rooting both sit bones down evenly onto the floor. Come all the way up. Pull the right heel into your pubic bone. Left heel extends out. Rotate slightly towards the right side. Then reach your right arm up. And if you have it available for you, go ahead and bend into the left elbow and reaching. Always making sure there is this sinking feeling into the right hip so you're stretching it away. And breathe. Take a deep breath in and exhale. So there you have it. We did a very dynamic stretch. We worked on the hips, we worked on the stretches, and we dynamically flowed through to get a lot of movement into our spine as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week.